I've officially already outpaced my previous team. Fantastic. Hold on, actually. I need water. Alright, so I don't honestly know what I should be doing right now. The water dungeon's kind of terrible. I mean, I suppose I can just keep trying. And you know, I don't really think I have a choice in the matter. Other than doing exactly that. Let me try finding the special quests. Actually, maybe I'll do that. For the classes. I'll get some levels along the way, hopefully.
For an entire year. More upsetting is their claim they need to hire a dispatcher to help field their non-stop calls. They are liars with terrible business sense.
I am so glad you spent our life savings on this commercial.
Okay, first of all, spending your life savings on a single commercial. Second of all, just how small was your life savings? Because local commercials aren't really all that expensive.
Our mom called and she said, "Oh boy, this is the best commercial I've ever seen." And I said, "Thank you very much, Mother. We're very proud of it."
Charlie Day, not even trying to alter or disguise his voice, naturally ends up sounding exactly like Charlie Day. It's distracting. Spike leaves behind 3/4 of a pizza? Who has the kind of money to just leave behind most of your lunch? Oh, wait, box it up. I am unreasonably annoyed at Luigi's ability to use a touchscreen while wearing gloves.
We can be there and we can fix it right away. Okay.
And then before getting an address, he hangs up. Because it's Mario movie, they can't take a car, and they have to run, and there are suddenly lots of obstacles for them to jump or dive to avoid, and goddammit, this staircase is basically a lawsuit waiting to happen. It looks cool, but it's a death trap. Having a secret handshake for celebrating after fixing the most basic of plumbing problems. He literally tightened a pipe fixture. That's all he did. Celebrate more important he dweebs. How many f***ing towels are needed in this f***ing cabinet? Because there are 15 and only one robe and 2 hooks. So this is towel planning gone fully off the rails. At no point do these grown adults call for the pet owners to get involved in a solution for their dumbass pet. That's right, kids. The first big action sequence of your happy movie about a beloved video game character hinges on a beloved family pet turning into a raging murder machine. This is not what plumbers do. This is not how pipes work. Oh, so they hear a tiny whimper on the other side of the glass, but not the brothers screaming upstairs at the top of their lungs. I think you're nuts. And to really get the audience excited for this lighthearted movie, let's watch a parent shit all over their child's dream. Ah, yes. Nothing like it. Why would you put the dartboard 3 inches to the left of your television? Are you insane? Did you take out a massive insurance policy on that television?
Our whole lives, everyone's telling us we can't do this, we can't do that.
How old are Mario and Luigi? They're acting like mustached children living at home in a shared room. They are also apparently old enough to have quit their previous jobs to pursue a dream of plumbing. Is the movie demographic aimed at middle-aged adults still living in their parents' basement playing video games to avoid responsibility?
You gotta get to that pressure valve!
Oh, pressure valve! Oh boy, this is so exciting! Neither of these two appear to have any difficulty shimmying across a dirty pipe despite one being weighed down by tools and both have no grip on their beefy gloved hands. That's right, if not for being incredibly stupid and hanging on an old pipe that happens to fall into an old flimsy brick wall, we would have no movie.
knew saving Brooklyn was a bad idea.
Kevin Durant said the same thing. This incredibly useful sign designed to keep people away from dangerous areas is located at the very back of
Oh,
a
yeah.
dark dead end where no one would see it until they were far beyond the keep out portion of the program. Listen, if this is how fucking great it looked with Mario
I believe the
playing
Zeus Gauntlet is
and
better
we
off on
never
someone
got to
else.
see it until now, I'm really upset.
Nothing can hurt us as
I
long as
believe
we're
you.
together.
And this, Movie Makers, is why kids hold hands and jump off roofs onto trampolines and get ping-ponged onto a spike fence.
Come on, Mario! Our big adventure begins now!
Waiting 20 goddamn minutes to start the adventure that we came here for. Luigi lands in a nightmare and opts for exploring the area and attempting to survive the wild, rather than, I don't know, give one shot at crawling back through the fucking pipe. I know you want to see where you're going, but that moon is doing a damn good job of lighting this up, and you are only drawing attention to yourself with this flashlight, Luigi. Undead hench turtles. It's a good thing that the remnants of the stone bridge act like a buoyant, lava-resistant floaty pad. I mean, shame that other things will immediately disintegrate in the lava, but don't pay attention to that. Go, Luigi! This would be the perfect time to have a ghost coming toward Luigi in the distance until he turns to look at it. Nope, there'll be no ghosts until later in the movie when one will attend a fucking wedding of all things. I guess having them do jumps makes sense, but why do the floating platforms have to be real in this movie? Is it because you hate physics?
I'm going to convince the Great Kong army to help us.
What if you don't? I mean, ultimately she doesn't.
Their mad king doesn't make alliances. The Kongs will never agree.
I can convince him. I'll leave for the Jungle Kingdom in the morning.
This sounds like the worst plan ever.
You're very, very small.
I see not even the creators of Mario movies can avoid reaching for the low-hanging rotten plot fruit that is using appearances as slander.
Let's see what you're made of.
Don't you want to bring any of these guards with helmets and spear axes with you on your journey to the Jungle Kingdom? This gauntlet looks almost nothing like the one they run. And to prove it, let's keep this still image up on screen to compare things to, shall we?
Oh,
This
right,
green
the main
pipe
reason
seems to
I came
appear
here.
out of nowhere, as well as these stacked golden blocks. These dramatic spikes in the adjacent row that ends with a power-up box are new. She launches off the muncher, sailing toward a platform with a curved edge and the spinny balls. I guess that means she's
Graveyard.
avoiding all the other platforms and managing to jump all the way over here. She successfully slides under one without injury, because suddenly the spikes are gone. This frog leap over a Tetris shape with spikes and another
Yeah.
muncher will lead to a free fall onto a bouncy pad that launches her upward toward floaty pipes. None of that is on our map, so we have to assume she's off the grid way up here somewhere to prepare for her second free fall. Okay, after an entire sequence off the map that included
Master
kicking
Greed
Bowser in the
who
face,
lives
we
a
are
life
on
of
the
solitude.
volley blocks headed toward the flag, meaning she has to be right here. She's
I may have
running.
met
Here
him.
we go! Oh my fucking god, these bullets are ahead of her! What the is going on?
That was amazing.
It was no.
How am I supposed to do that?
With the power-ups. They give us special abilities.
Right, but Peach's run didn't start off with a power-up, so... Mario does not immediately check the size of his package in this scene. I can't play the music, but why didn't the band stop playing after Bowser started addressing the troops? That's disrespectful.
Of course she hates me. But that makes me love her all the more.
Don't get more attached to the person that wants nothing to do with you. Redirect that obsession to the only relationship that matters
So, Gaia,
when all else fails, which is with
a
your
graveyard
imagination and your
somewhere.
dominant hand. Listen, if flicking your bits is somehow more uncomfortable than addressing the undertone of this she says no, just try harder, we're telling stories very wrong.
Well, what if she says no?
Then I will power up with this star and destroy the Mushroom Kingdom!
So they are doubling down on the if she says no,
I
try
mean, that's
different
a
way
ham,
until she
so-
says yes thing. Holy shit.
It's
Why did
definitely not
Bowser's
Matoya.
blast turn an ungloved Koopa into a gloved Drybo? This movie makes Luigi into the damsel in distress, and makes the princess into Morpheus and Mario into Luigi.
Well, that settles it. You're coming with us.
What the f? Mario had to spend hours and hours and maybe days learning how to not even complete that obstacle course, but this little dude has attitude.
Met them
That's all
already,
it
so
takes.
it's definitely not in
Princess
any
has
of the
questionable
areas
and unfair standards.
with the airship,
So she
because
really didn't bring any of the armed guards with her? I was
you
kind
can't
of
go
joking.
to any place
I'll never
before
let
them.
anyone ruin this.
I mean, you will if you keep wasting time in climbing up massive rock spires, only to have to climb back down them in order to continue on your journey. It is my understanding that everyone loves the Peach song that Bowser sings, and that is just their latent love of Jack Black overpowering their musical tastes.
Thinking about your brother?
I've never been a part of this song.
A day or two? That's
Wait, is it this guy?
healthy.
You don't seem like you're from here.
I don't know where I'm from.
You don't. You instantly recognize this human as a human, and he looks more like you than you do any of the Mushroom Kingdom folk. How do you not wonder if you might be human?
My earliest memory is arriving.
She has a pacifier in. She's 2 years old. Are you telling me she remembers this?
They made me their princess.
What? They took you in as a baby, raised you alongside their own, and then somehow, at some point, decided you were superior to all their own raised children? They named an alien their president, and everyone was happy about it?
There's a huge universe out there with a lot of galaxies.
Thanks, Neil deGrasse Princess, but isn't this mission urgent? There's something odd about the Fire Pointy Island-dwelling villain using airships to ferry his minions around, but I can't quite put my Hindenburg on it.
Not sure if you know who I am, but I'm about to marry a princess and rule the world.
Overconfidence. Okay, but how do you feed prisoners in a place like this? Or is that the point, that they are only here for as long as it takes for them to starve?
He is cute, but he is...
Says the tiny penguin that threw snowballs and lava to defend his people.
Great and mighty Cranky Kong.
Look, I'm often cranky, but it never gets better because someone points out my crankiness to me. Oh, he makes me laugh. You want my army so badly? Defeat my son? And the Kong Lord just went from straight refusal to, well, this little guy is humorous, so I'll let you have my army if he beats my son for no reason. There's nothing for the Kongs to gain here. Also, his son will be Donkey, and this is just a parade of scenes of video games containing Mario, and it should honestly be f***ing ashamed at how much money it made because it's some lazy-ass f***ing tripe. That's what they came here for! Man, Seth Rogen sounds even more like himself than Charlie Day does. Did they even know what movie they were doing audio for? Is that why the voice work is so generic? Mario survives everything that happens to him in the DK Gauntlet, and we are never told how or why his human body can withstand this much of a beating. Meow. Sigh. So, due to the cat suit, Mario somehow kicks Donkey's ass. And I liked it better when Donkey just threw barrels from up above and Mario had to jump or dodge the barrels. If we're gonna do movie scenes ripped from video games, why didn't we do the barrels? Still haven't heard a single good reason why this Gladiator Stadium needs to be 500 feet up in the air like it's some kind of Harry Potter
He kept beating you senseless and you just kept getting back up?
mistaking stubbornness for strength. Some of the Rocky movies do this as well.
Lucky for you guys, I got a shortcut.
How Peach didn't know about this shortcut on her own island is ridiculous. The entire previous travel sequence was entirely pointless because there was a warp pipe all along. I mean, it felt pointless before the warp pipe reveal, but now it for sure was.
We're gonna need carts.
Oh, we were doing another video game. As AC/DC's Thunderstruck plays and they get their custom carts made, I feel it's important to point out that absolutely none of this is meaningful to me or even interesting, let alone exciting. So if you enjoy this, just take me off your Christmas card list because we are not compatible people. Fast and the Marius. Thankfully for Mario and the other racers, the Bifrost is actually part of this race course. No one noticed the highly obvious
How about
Bowser
you?
Castle peeking out of the cloud. Mario gets blown up and magically lands on another vehicle in the race so he can continue in the competition.
That is how you princess!
By not looking where you were driving? Because she's not looking where she's driving. I don't know if the blue shell is intentionally going for the person that was clearly in second place, but it's dumb and wrong, and it's cost too many people too many games. This sin is very doomed. Stupid shell that can't tell who's in first and who isn't, pulling an outline of safety while also further choking him to death. They race home to tell everyone to evacuate the city, but why don't they have radios? They have race cars and hover pads, but no radios?
No, princess. I stole this star for us.
Doing stupid and possibly illegal shit because you think you're in love with someone that you're actually not remotely compatible with because you just have a lusty crush from a distance and don't even know that person in the slightest. Yes, this sin is for college me.
I'll marry you, just don't hurt my toes!
I'll marry you, just don't hurt my toes.
You have my word.
Taking this f***er at his word.
Where you will all be ritualistically sacrificed!
Finally, mercy.
I see someone saw James Gunn's Suicide Squad movie, specifically Polka Dot Man. How the f*** did they throw this shit together so quickly? I see all your game characters attending this wedding, and I have to tell you that the Muppets already did this in The Muppets Take Manhattan, which is also a superior movie to this by literally any and every measure.
Princess, I got it.
But forget being shown how Toad went about acquiring an ice flower while being held prisoner in a floating
Maybe it's
castle
this guy.
surrounded by enemies and lava. I can't play the music for you, but why does this alternate dimension land with sentient mushrooms and turtles or use the Earth-specific
Oh,
wedding march
I
music?
never thought I would see another Blue Blizzard. Please allow me to share my greatest
Waste of a
discovery with
cage.
you.
I mean, just open the bottoms of the cages and drop them all out at once. It's faster, allowing them to get to the wedding, and it won't require
What?
entirely remaking all the cages.
A warning
She
circle
just
will
turned
allow
into
you to
Elsa,
save your
using
progress,
to
but
fight
only in
Bowser's
a
fire,
limited
and that is
capacity.
copyright infringement. I think this might be the most average movie ever made. Guess kids today would call it mid. Voice work, average. Story, average. Animation, pretty good, actually. Wasted action, average. Its biggest offense is not being daring enough to have a biggest offense. Thankfully, it'll...
Creates a protective field at the party's current location, repels enemy attacks, and allows soft save of game progress inside dungeons with the use of tent. 1 use per dungeon floor, excluding rooms or zone tiles. Damn. That's fantastic. I'm gonna go buy a 9 million tents now.
They made $1 billion. Wait, what? Is that for real? I told you! See? As long as we're together, everything is gonna be okay! You lifted apart the entire film and are only now together due to some of the most convenient mathematics of all time. Things aren't going to be okay because you're together. You're going to be okay because you're a fucking hero. And there hasn't been a single surprising beat to this story so far. Who knew that kicking a sentient bullet in the eye would cause it to abandon its mission/orders and chase after the eye kicker? Not I! How is a raccoon bear suit that has a helicopterable tail faster than a rocket bullet? Ow! I guess the damage Mario takes tumbling through several mushrooms isn't the right kind of damage to remove his raccoon Mario suit. And for reasons only our main characters are sucked back into Mario's neighborhood. Thousands of Toads are hiding nearby and they manage to avoid the vortex. How much better would this entire next sequence have been with Toads running amok? This is like the end of Spider-Man Homecoming. It's dark yet colorful, it's happening in the air, and I have no idea what's going on. I thought Bowser fired a bullet that fired Mario through the pipe. How the f*** does that result in Bowser himself being able to cross into this dimension?
You ruined my wedding!
So Bowser has now forgotten about the Power Star he just stopped Mario from getting. That will definitely be important later when they are fighting, and maybe Mario or Luigi stumbles on it and gets invincible and wins the day. That will be fulfilling for stupid people and children. Stupid children. This being Punch-Out Pizzeria tells you everything about this movie in a single freeze frame. It's all references and no heart.
Mamma mia!
Holy f***, this commercial is so perfectly timed it's enraging. I've added 20 cents for this perfectly timed nostalgia bomb that motivates Mario to go do whatever the f*** he's gonna go do, and I'm living right now. You are cheating!
Nothing can hurt us as long as we're together.
You guys continue to misunderstand, misuse, and mistake this phrase for some kind of applicable wisdom, when in fact, you went down the tube into this universe together, right before getting separated. I hate you! Because they touched it at the same time, they both get the powers of... Wait, that isn't fair at all. This movie about a video game about New York City plumbers sucked into an alternate dimension populated by mushrooms and turtles isn't following the rules. This fight against the all-powerful Bowser is going so well, I half expect Star-Lord to show up and ruin it all.
Mario, you were amazing.
Complimenting Luigi. Also, why are the parents acting like any of this is normal? Sure, be excited about your kids saving this block, but why is no one confused about a giant gorilla speaking English?
Let's hear it for the Super Mario Brothers!
God damn it. Roll credits, I guess. They are still sharing a
I feel like there's something I wanted to do, but I forgot.
Miniature piano. Bowser would have thrown that piano upwards, injured as it fell on top of it. Wouldn't that revert the mushroom's effects and get back its size? Movie thinks it needs a second post-credit scene and entice us to watch a second movie with a beloved character when we know Mario will only sacrifice them to make a jump.
Tried it?
I couldn't care less about this recipe. We fix it. Squirrel. Your brother.
What does it mean by
Darklands.
ward enemy attacks? Does that mean there are no encounters?
Why are you whispering? They can't hear you.
I'm going on an adventure.
The heavy transport ships will leave as soon as they're loaded.
Well, I regret watching that video. I forgot how boring CinemaSins actually is. I don't disagree with anything they said, but it wasn't very interesting how they said
A
it.
show in which I pathetically turn in game impressions months after media coverage has cratered, and insult your intelligence by talking as if you've never heard of damn Mario before. Mario had fairly dramatic evolutions between entries in the 2D days, but once New Super Mario Bros. Arrived, the look, sound, and feel were codified, and barely budged from one hardware generation to the next. They turned the knob to bland and ripped it off. Mario Maker turned out to be a blessing for the series and provided the raw creativity the official games long hadn't, prompting arguments about whether new games were even needed anymore, something Nintendo's own developers couldn't fail to take notice of. Post Mario Maker, any new side-scroller necessarily had to be developed with very different and much more ambitious standards, and Nintendo fully rose to that challenge. I see what I consider to be Mario Maker hallmarks everywhere in Wonder. Bullet hell flying stages, spiky obstacle gauntlets, and highly scripted platform rides, all of which the kind of stages fans like me churned out in droves. But Nintendo pushed far beyond the scope of what Mario Maker's toolset ever could have allowed for with the Wonder Flower mechanic. The goal was to make every level distinct by using unique gimmicks to transform the stages, and from stampedes to time warps, floods, plant musicals, and Mario transforming into a whole menagerie of weird shit, players are spoiled for variety. Ideas occasionally get used twice, but there's so much room to explore the new mechanics that nothing ever gets run into the ground. And the flowers are far from the only risk Nintendo took. An almost entirely new cast of enemies is used with great results.
Yeah, plenty
There are
of uses
deflating
for regen
balloons,
now.
popcorn kernels, barrier-destroying Roman candles, and
And I definitely
Langoliers, to
need
name a
them.
few.
Oh! Why would you do that?
Good Lord, Arnold!
Seriously, why did everything hurt? Also, I finally remembered what I forgot.
Get out of here!
With levels built to take
I
clever
wanted to buy
advantage of their
spells.
behavior. Classic Mario enemies are still around, but only in a supporting role. And honestly, if they'd been completely left out, I'm not sure I'd have missed them. Stages are also designed around some of the most interesting power-up additions in decades, like a drill hat that allows attacking enemies from underneath and bypassing objects and traveling on the ceiling. Elephant Mario was the most heavily promoted one, and for good reason. It's far more effective at side attacks than the Tanuki or Cape, and its water spraying and heavy lifting mechanics lend themselves to a lot of secrets. It even does the Yoshi Bongo thing of changing the soundtrack while it's active. But the powering up goes further than just power-ups. You can also equip badges that essentially customize Mario's moveset. If you want the squat jump from Mario 2, or more exploitable wall jumping, or a mid-air spin boost, the main class of badges is extremely useful for that. There's a second class of badges aimed more at beginners, with options for bouncing out of pits or starting each stage with a mushroom. The final class is for the hardcore players who just want to watch the world burn. Badges that cause Mario to always bolt at full speed, or constantly bounce, or disappear completely, tend to do nothing but make levels much harder, but in terms of replay value, they add a layer of Kaizo-like challenge to old stages. Only one can be equipped at a time, but the game considerately gives you a chance to swap after each death, which makes experimenting appealing and easy to do. This kind of innovation with power-ups and physics is normally only seen in 3D Mario, so it's not much of a surprise that 3D team members were on the staff this time. There was also a more generous time budget than normal, and it's also unsurprising that giving a game more time in the oven makes it more gooderer. The 2.5D plainness of New Super Mario Bros. Isn't completely eradicated, but the visuals are much more elaborate and stylish this time. The lighting system ties your character and backgrounds together with real-time shadows now. The use of cartoon line art for facial expressions is especially charming, and gets a step closer to my dream style of making the old instruction manual art playable. The developers specifically allocated extra time for the animations to hold up well against the Mario movie, and a lot of them were unmistakably modeled after Super Mario World and 3. There's a lot of nostalgia for the old games in Wonder, but it doesn't feel like the team is making cheap references. It's more that they've built a comprehensive style that brings all the best elements of the past games forward. It also seems to take cues from Retro's Donkey Kong games, with silhouette levels and a lot of use of the foreground and background planes. I'd still say Tropical Freeze is a better looking example of modern 2D, but the fact that Wonder is closing the gap at all is worthy of celebration. The world themes also show more imagination and don't rigidly stick to the fire, water, and ice tropes. And when a standard trope does appear, it's presented differently than usual. The desert world is actually more of a palace this time, with levels hidden behind walls and heat mirages, while the lava world is a tangled cave system. The map allows free roaming in some areas while forcing you to a rail in others, selectively allowing non-linear choices for small level badges at a time. Some entire worlds can even be tackled out of order, and as soon as that opportunity came up, I made a beeline to knock out the lava world first. The idea of a Mario game not ending in fire levels was too refreshing to pass up. The game also eases off the tradition of boss castles. Some worlds end in a different kind of challenge, or just end, period. I welcome the more flexible formula, but with fewer boss fights, it really sucks that all of them are just Baby Bowser, getting jumped on 3 times. Amidst all the creativity flowing through the rest of the game, it's jarring how basic and repetitive these fights are, like the developers were exhausted from the rest and finally just drew a blank. The special world exits also feel like they could have used a little more attention. There are a lot of great alternative exits to find, especially given how the Wonder Flower transformations upend all the rules of a level. Finding a way to bypass the normal flagpole and enter secret territory is always fun, but occasionally a special world is uncovered through something very lame, like just replaying a gift house a second time. It's a wasted opportunity to add more of those clever exits, or to make better use of the expert badges. It's kind of shocking that there aren't more secrets that depend on those abilities. I would guess the developers wanted to leave a few easy ways into Special World for less skilled players, but considering that its stages are all max difficulty, that wouldn't make any sense. Stages now list their challenge on a scale of 1 to 5 stars, and most 5s are reserved for the bonus world. It's where the level designs become the most experimental and dangerous, not unlike the equivalent section in Super Mario World. But it's not the only source of tougher levels. Modern Mario games tend to be relaxed until a few last secret stages, where the difficulty goes absolutely bonkers. Wonder has its own all-time tough finale, but it also has a lot of 4-star courses dotting the entire world, allowing a more consistent feed of harder levels, which beginners can easily avoid thanks to the non-linear maps. I'd almost liken it to how the TVMA rating allowed shows to get away with F-bombs and more on cable. And to keep novice players moving forward, low challenge levels have been increased as well. Some of these are just 20-second bursts that can be cleared by jumping a few times, but even for a hardcore player, they can serve as nice breaks. Wonder Seeds can also be purchased at shops in the event that a player isn't able to clear enough levels on their own. Nintendo is always trying to get all players across the finish line, and I prefer this more dynamic rating system approach compared to them just blanket nerfing every level while placating experienced players with one huge spike at the end. It does feel like the system is better balanced for single player than multiplayer though. On one hand, they've removed the collision and accidental throwing that led to chaos and countless deaths in previous games. On the other hand, the complicated levels and set pieces create more than enough chaos to make up for it. You really have to coordinate with the other players and move together as a team to clear levels this time. And some of the Wonder transformations just don't lend themselves well to multiple players sharing one screen. The Bowser fights are even more of a joke when played this way, ending in no time at all when more jumpers are available to land on him. Multiplayer is still a lot of fun, but it's a different and less even experience than New Super Mario Bros., where you only had to worry about running and jumping and maybe your friends chucking you down a pit. They did try to compensate for the disorder by adding invincible characters to the roster, which is ideal for the players that are always getting left in the dust by some asshole speeding through the courses without them. Guess which of those I am? They've also allowed more control options than normal, most notably letting you change how to ground pound. Moving into ZL helps prevent unwanted stomps if you have a wonky Pro Controller
Oh, what
D-pad.
about this guy?
HD rumble intensity can also be set, and I wish more games let you crank it up higher
What do you
like
think
this.
you are?
You can
Some
even
sort of
tell
master of death?
the number of
You
ice
can
cubes
sustain
in
at
glass.
least
Weak
1,000
support
damage
for
in
the
a single
feature was a
battle without
consistent
dying.
disappointment
Then
throughout the
what?
Switch's lifespan, but at least the haptics are going out with a bang here. The rare speaker function is
Just the
even
Dark Knight
used.
specifically, or everyone as a
The new
whole?
flower commentator can also be adjusted, which I appreciated because the English voice was immediately annoying.
What a beautiful...
I switched it to Japanese and actually came to like the feature a lot.
Oh,
It's not a weeb thing. The tone just fits better.
It's me, Mario.
And on the subject of voices, Charles Martinet's departure is pretty hard to miss. Nintendo fired him after he was arrested for assaulting Illumination staff and vandalizing the studio lot, as captured in this exclusively obtained real leaked footage. The new actor doesn't always sound like Martinet, but I think it's better that he's able to put his own spin on things instead of directly copying the old voice. Mario sounds younger and a little mellower now, and I think the actor did a pretty good job.
Oh, no!
His Luigi is more noticeably off the mark, though.
Yippee! Yeah! Alright! Oh, yeah!
And it highlights how hard it must be to replace an actor whose tentacles had coiled all around this series. Martinet had an incredible run, and it's sad to see him go, but it's also really interesting to see where things will go from here. One last note is that the Slight online integration is paywalled. It's nothing major. You can leave cardboard standees to mark where you've been, or help struggling players that you happen upon. It's just the kind of thing that Miiverse offered to all players for free in the past, and it's depressing that even this is gated by Switch Online membership. It's small and easily ignored, but I still insist on bitching about it. Mario Wonder makes me think of the old gag of a hose underfoot. building up a huge blast of water, and wow, he's really going for it. Like a pent-up hose, the creative spark 2D Mario had been lacking for generations has come roaring back in this game. My childhood bias forces me to think Super Mario World is still the best, but Wonder is really challenging its place at the top. If this game had better bosses and more elaborate secret exits, it might have been enough to sway me over to it. I suppose this review is mostly relevant to those of you who tuned out of the series due to New Super Mario Bros. Fatigue. If you lost interest somewhere between the DS and Wii U and didn't pay much attention to Wonder at release, it's definitely time to check back in. Mario is weird again.
How does that guy even figure out that we managed to complete his challenge? What's stopping us from just lying? I'm gonna try going to Gaia again. First I want to see if I can buy any level 8s. The Dragon City. Or maybe I should just buy Cat Claw again. We'll see. I could just buy more repels as well. It's on one ally. I think level 8 should just be saved for regen 4. The 20% healing does negate the damage V3 takes from doing her attack thing. Yeah, it's pretty much the only good spell on that spell list. I'll just buy more repels. make another save just because. If I need this lamb before I can get Bailey's thing, at least I know. I really just don't want to go back yet. Right, these guys are actually pretty weak. I immediately turned on their allies. They're also weak to fire, should be, at least. Dang it. This team literally can't deal with the undead. Well, one of them ran away. At least until both of them get access to the gold, I should give Ebony the gold. Lupa. A dancer. All melee attacks deal death elemental damage with a chance to inflict KO. Holy shit! That's amazing. Holy shit, that's also amazing. I'll get safety first. Let's find a formidable opponent. I meant to do blood weapon, but whatever. That worked. I think I wanted to go to this city again. Oops. Wouldn't want to crush them. But as for why, I don't remember. Ah! I wanted to sell some stuff. Damn, I'm being forgetful as of late. Probably because I have so many stuff to think about right now, man. Oh yeah. The Ruse Sword. What if I gave it to V3? Let's go back for round 2 already. I'm gonna see if I can reach the mermaids. Maybe everyone can start off with a confuse spell. Can you stack Blood Weapon and Soul Eater? Blood Weapon doesn't get you tired.
So you know how I played Undertale's online multiplayer on my channel, right? Well, this was one of the funniest things I've ever done, as the game was clearly not meant for it, but the adventure is hysterical. So I convinced the other half of Wildcard to do it themselves, and since this is going to be a multi-part series, please subscribe because you are not going to want to miss it. And if you guys enjoy these videos enough, I might even convince them to try Genocide next, which is a crazy thing to say out of context. Anyways, let's see what these four geniuses are up to.
Subside.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That is us. That's Subside.
Totally correct.
Subside, Wildcard. Let's go, let's move!
We move!
Gang! Hello, I know you.
You know how this one
goes.
That's a speedrun. Oh, guys! I've never seen this happen!
Oh my god!
Oh my god, guys, we're gonna die!
We did it, we won. GG's.
Hi, Toriel.
Mommy!
Can we kill the goat mom?
No!
I'm gonna kill her. I hope you know this. I'm gonna kill her.
No, you're fucking not. You stay away from her.
It could have been anyone. What's this?
Okay, surely we don't kill Frog
No,
though.
no.
Oh, she's pissed. Who did that? Oh, look, I get along with her so well, see?
No!
That's cute.
That's
Where's
her
Rose?
favorite. We're her favorites. She hates you guys.
There's only two of you. She left us behind.
We're mommy's favorites.
You have a difficult request? I can move to the end of the room. I can do it. Mom, come back. I don't want to stab you, I promise.
Interruption.
I didn't even stand a chance. They're all dying. Who's doing that?
I know it's you.
Two Froggets. Don't worry, we can save them, guys. Somebody's right. I believe at least one of these guys survives.
Hey, okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Please.
There we go. He ran away.
Very good,
Thank
guys.
God. I really hope he gets this cheese.
Let's eat it.
You're actually more evil than I am.
Cheer him up.
I don't. Do they like flirting? They want to be cheered up. Ow! What the fuck? What the hell? What are
Oh my
these
god, what
words?
is that?
Never mind. Let's fucking kill him.
Yeah, let's fucking kill him. Let's kill him.
Let's kill this guy.
Fucking kill this guy. Let's kill him.
I'm dead.
Let's fucking kill him. Come on,
Hey,
come on.
let's fucking kill him. I'm mad now. I got hurt.
Let's kill him. We went
No. I'm just kidding. I was kidding. No. I was kidding.
It's game time.
I changed my mind again. I changed my mind again. Please spare. No.
Now I know at least.
No, I feel bad. How do we?
Oh my god.
I didn't actually lose that much progress anyhow.
Please stop.
Surely
Stop.
it's a 3v1 by
Stop.
There's no way we can lose this.
Stop.
You know what?
Can we? Okay, let's.
That's the end.